Okay, so the last special products we were working on were the square of a binomial. Please understand when we rewrite a square of a binomial, the sign will be the same in both binomials. This is different, and it's troublesome. What I usually see as students try to rewrite the square of binomials, they incorporate what they learn here. Okay, when we look at both of these, hopefully you're looking and say, well, the first term is the same for both of them. You're seeing the second term is the same for both of them, but what you're seeing that's different is the sign in between. In a square of binomial, these are both the same sign. So this is not a result of a square of binomial. These, what you'll see is if the first term is the same, the second term is the same, the difference is the sign in between. These are conjugates. Yeah, I'll do here. That is a key terminology that we'll need for Wednesday's class. But when we look at this is still just a foil or a box, however you want to approach it. Okay? There is a shortcut. We'll do these two the long way, and then I'll incorporate the shortcut, and that will be your fourth you try. 6 times 6 is 36. Blue. 6 times the negative square root of 11. The 6 is outside, so I have a negative 6 square root of 11. We have a positive square root of 11 times 6, so I have a positive 6 square root of 11. And then I have a positive and a negative, so that makes that a negative. Square root of 11 times square root of 11, that's 121, or 11 squared. Well, when we have conjugates, when we have same first term, same second term, and the difference is a sign in between, what you're going to see is this exactly happen. These are like terms, but negative 6 plus 6 cancels them out. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0. 0 plus anything, or 0 times anything is 0. So I have 36 minus square root of 121, which is 11. 36 minus 11 will be 25. Okay. Now, you may not recognize this, but hopefully as you go through, same first term, same second term, one to positive, one to negative, will be conjugates. And there's a special product, a different terminology that maybe you'll recognize, and I'll give that after this example. Square root of x times square root of x, that's going to be square root of x squared. Square root of x times 8, I have 8 square root of x. Remember, if it's outside the radical or not in a radical, it stays outside. This is a negative 8 square root of x. Negative 8 times 8 is a negative 64. Well, positive 8 square root of x minus 8 square root of x, these cancel out, just like in the last example. Square root of x squared is just going to be x minus 64. Cannot combine them further. Okay. What you'll notice, though, both these answers no longer have a radical. Conjugates. What you can say is if I give you this expression and I ask for its conjugate, it's the same first term, same second term, change the sign. If I ask for the conjugate of this expression, keep the first term the same, keep the second term the same, change the sign. So the conjugate of square root of x minus 8 is the square root of x plus 8 and vice versa. When you multiply these together, hopefully what you're saying is when these drop out, because one's a negative, one's a positive, what we really have is a difference of squares, or a difference of two squares. Now, for me, if you're comfortable with the FOIL and you can get here, by all means, but there is a shortcut. Why multiply these two items if they're just going to drop out? So the shortcut that you would have learned would be a squared minus b squared, where a and b, you assign them to the terms. So a is this term, b would be this term. A would be this term, b would be this term. Don't worry about the sign in between. Okay, so I'm going to give you another one. I want you to utilize this shortcut for you try number 4. And you can check it out with your FOIL. Times square root of 3y minus 10. Okay, so I want you to recognize that same first term, same second term, these are conjugates of one another, and then it'll be a difference of squares. I want you to first try it with the shortcut, and then if you're not sure, double check it with your foil. Okay, we'll do that in the next clip.